Hi folks, today on Cooking with Brian we are going to fix Daddy's delicious Strombolis. That's right folks, we're going to fix Daddy's delicious Strombolis.
Cooking with Brian, a cooking show with food that actually tastes good.
Okay folks, for this recipe you will need some of your homemade marinara sauce or any type of Italian sauce. I do not recommend using store-bought sauces. Learn to make your own, folks. In fact, if you look at my channel, you'll find that I teach in multiple recipes how to make your own marinara sauce. In fact, maybe I should make a new Cooking with Brian just simply how to teach how to cook homemade marinara sauces. Some people like a chunky kind, so you could just throw some diced tomatoes in your sauce to make it kind of chunky, which would be delicious. Maybe someday we'll make a recipe like that, but not today, folks. You will need your own homemade marinara sauce for this recipe. We're not going to show you how to make that. Okay, folks. The next thing you need is one white onion. You can also use yellow onions or red onions. All onions are good onions as long as they're not rotten onions. Anyhow, we already peeled it and cut the ends off. You want to go ahead and slice it up. Slice it and dice it. Slice it and dice it, folks.
Cooking with Brian disclaimer, all recipes by Brian are at your own risk. Food taken by mouth may be hot or cold, may cause burning or freezing, may cause pain for sensitive teeth. Food can choke you if eating is done improperly. If you injure or kill yourself or others, or if you choke yourself or others, or if you burn yourself or others, you take 100% full responsibility and release Brian of any and all liabilities. Cooking with Brian is a zero liability cooking show. All bad things are your fault, and all good things are Brian's fault. Thanks for your understanding.
Okay folks, go ahead and slap your diced up onion into a skillet. You want to make sure you put it off to one side.
Hi folks, make sure you got coffee.
You want to go ahead and fry up 1 pound of hamburger. It'd be a little bit more, a little bit less, it don't matter. But this here came out of the freezer today. I had to defrost it in the microwave. That's kind of a rush job. It's not a good thing to do. You're better off to unthaw it for 2 days, but I was in a hurry. Okay folks, go ahead and slap your burner on about the 5 o'clock position and cook your hamburger and onions, stirring it around, mixing it around, breaking it up, mixing it around. Cook it until it looks done. Okay folks, just cook your hamburger till it looks done. You don't have to brown it, just cook it until it's not pink anymore, because it is going to bake in the oven for a little while too. So I still cook it all the way. I don't I don't just undercook it at all, even though it's going to bake for a while, because I like to make good and sure that the stuff's done, folks. You may be different. You may like to eat raw cow meat, but I don't. I like cooked cow meat. Pretty darn close to being done right now. Alright, when it's almost done, you can go ahead and slap some onion powder on there. The amount doesn't matter. It's just for an extra burst of flavor. Lightly put some garlic powder in there. That'll give it a big burst of flavor. Cook it for at least a minute or two after you put your garlic and onion powder in there. That makes it taste extra good, folks. We're going to call it done. Okay, to make your dough, folks, you want to take 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You want to put some salt, maybe 4 or 5 dashes of onion powder, a couple dashes of garlic powder, and about a teaspoon of sugar. Mix the dry ingredients and then put exactly 1 cup of filtered water in there and just mix it up with the fork and you will get this dough. The reason why you put those ingredients in there is to make it taste better. You don't want bland dough. You want it to have a good flavor to it, folks. Okay, folks, you can go ahead and preheat your oven on bake to 425 degrees. Next thing you want is some sort of non-stick spray. Go ahead and spray your pan, folks. That'll save you a heartache later. Okay, now you see we're going to separate this into a big ball, and we're just taking some of the dough, and you want to create a rectangle shape, folks. It needs to be shaped like a rectangle. So you'll need 2 forks to perform this operation, and you want to spread it out, folks. Spread it out and turn it into a rectangle, and it needs to be as big as you can make it, because the thinner it is, the better it'll taste, folks. The thinner it is, the better it will taste. You want to go ahead and repeat the process as many times as you need to make however many that you're wanting to eat. And And of course, the pan size will also affect how many you can cook at one time. We're going to kind of work these over towards the edges to try to make room to put another one in here. It ain't going to be 100% perfect, folks. Just shape it into a rectangle as best as you can. Okay, folks, the next thing you will need is you will need some provolone cheese. We're using Kraft Natural provolone cheese, which contains 0 grams of lactose. So if you're lactose intolerant, you're good to go. You can eat it without any issues whatsoever, folks. Bet you didn't know it.
Hi folks, make sure you got coffee.
Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and stick our provolone in here. We're using 1 slice for each one. We had to bend one end over because provolone cheese is shaped in a circle, folks, and what we're making is a rectangle, so you may have to bend over your cheese a little bit because you want the cheese to still have dough around it, folks. Okay, folks, then you want to take your homemade marinara sauce. Don't put a lot in there, just enough for flavor, folks. No more than a teaspoon. Spread it out good. You don't want your sauce to touch the dough that's on the bottom. It'll cook better if you hide your ingredients. You want to hide your ingredients inside of cheese. Okay, folks, you want to throw a few black olives in here. About 7 or 8 in that one. There's no right or wrong amount. You can also add other things like some banana peppers, some jalapenos, chili peppers, whatever you want to in there, folks. There's no right or wrong amount. You just need to make sure that it's enough that it fits in your Stromboli. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of your ground beef on there. Ain't got to be a lot. We're making a mess. Not a lot. You can do a little bit of cleanup with fork after we get done pouring it. Or you can just make it messy, that's fine too. Okay, folks, we're going to put some armor pepperoni in here. We're just going to put a couple slices in each one. Then you want to go ahead and you want to slap you another slice of provolone cheese right over the top, folks. If you want to eat the extra that you peeled off of there, you can, or you can feed it to your woofer, because she loves cheese. You missed one, Goof. Alright folks, now you need to take a plate, spray it because we need to do an operation here. Alright, we're going to take our remaining dough out of here. We're going to try to salvage as much as we can, and then we may have to make some more dough to make lids for what we got, and then we may also have to have more dough to make more of them if everybody in your house hasn't eaten enough yet. So I've got 3 of them, so I'm going to go ahead and try to create 3 tops. It ain't gonna be perfect, and you want it to have a peek hole in it so that you can kind of see your ingredients and the cheese and stuff kind of melts out, which really makes it kick butt. You want to try to make this big enough to be a lid for your Stromboli. It ain't gonna be perfect, it's all edible. Alright, now you want to take your dough you just designed, stick it over, and of course it don't go the way that you want it, but that's alright, because we're going to cheat a little bit, folks. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of mix up a little bit of the bottom into it, like that. Take your ingredients that we're laying here on the pan and kind of feed them back into there. We're going to still maintain a rectangular shape as much as we can, and peek holes are perfect for these things. You want peek holes. You want your dough to be connected enough to where it will cook as one object. Repeat that for the other 3. It ain't gonna be 100% perfect, folks, but you do need to try to get the dough connected around the edges so that it is one piece. Now you notice that I didn't touch any of the dough with my fingers, because if you touch it with your fingers, you get to pay the piper, folks. You get to pay the piper cleaning the crap off your hands, which is not fun. Cheat a little bit on the the edges of that one. But still maintain a rectangle shape, folks, as best as you can. It ain't gonna be 100% perfect, because the good thing, folks, is you can eat it no matter how bad it turns out, as long as you don't like burn it or whatever. That should be good enough, folks. It's shaped like a rectangle. Don't look great now, but it will once it's done. Go ahead and slap it in the oven. We preheated at 425 and set your timer for 22 minutes. There you go, folks. Homemade Daddy's awesome Strombolis. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, folks, we hope that was a blessing to you. Enjoy your food. It's absolutely delicious. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.